get my 6. Hey guys, as of this recording, it's only about 11:30 in the morning, and I actually had no intentions of making a video now. I was going to do it this evening like I've been doing. I've been trying to do stuff closer to dark. I mean, I would have shaved it's been like 4 days, but something's going on that I wanted to get on camera. So it looks like we're making the video early. I've got my truck up here, and I've got an entire truckload of like sticks and branches. We'll walk and talk because I got to go over there to make this video anyway. I'm unloading this stuff in our brush pile. I have a brush pile up here. Hauled some stuff away for a buddy. Had a bunch of just limbs fall, and he's very meticulous about keeping his yard clean. And actually, a lot of this came from an elderly neighbor of his who likes to keep her place organized too, but has kind of gotten up there with age, so he helps her out a little bit. But they didn't have a way to dispose of an entire truckload's worth of stuff, so I said, well, I'll get it. And it's small enough, it's perfect to use for kindling. So we'll keep it over here, and as we need our kindling throughout this coming winter, we'll come over here and get it. So I've been working on this for about 10 minutes. I'm just taking my time. I'm going nice and easy. I try not to get in a hurry while I do much of anything out here, so I can pretty much do stuff all day long. And I'm planning on splitting some firewood today with an axe and maul. Want to get back in firewood splitting shape, even though we are very soon going to be getting a gas-powered log splitter. I really enjoy the physicality of homesteading. So here we are, and I biked for an hour already. But while I've been up here throwing this stuff out onto the pile, this is what I've thrown out so far. Here's how much we have left. Quite a bit. I've got to figure out how to set up this camera angle, because I believe he, she, it, or they have been mistaking the sound of the wood hitting together as it's thrown out of the truck for tree knocks, because I have distinctly heard tree knocks coming from back here while I've been doing this. So I've got to try to set this up at an angle to where we can both watch the forest back here, so you can get my 6, and so we can listen for these responses. So, be back in just a sec. Okay guys, here's how this is going to work. You actually won't be able to see me unloading these sticks because the truck is about 10 feet behind the camera. I was setting up the camera on the other side so you could see me and watch the woods, and I distinctly heard more knocks without even having thrown anything out. I heard footsteps, and I heard a couple of huffing type sounds. So, watch. Hopefully you'll be able to hear, I don't know if you'll be able to sense the direction of any sounds, but you'll hear me start throwing that wood. Everything I've heard has come from this direction, so just watch for movement and listen for strange things. I'm going to record for a few minutes, see if it starts back up. You hear that? Couple distant tree knocks. Okay, I'm back, guys. Did you guys hear what sounded like screams just a couple of minutes after I started tossing all those sticks out of the back of the truck? I got them all, by the way. So let's go mobile here. I did something the other day in a video that seemed to be quite effective. I'm going to try to do it again here. I snuck up on a bunch of stuff by walking backward. It's going to be more challenging to do here in the woods. That was in the field, but I brought a knocking stick. But let's stay right here close to where field meets forest. Did you hear that? Very distinct tree knock. So what I'm thinking is, you know, here about a year and a half ago, had something creeping around up in here while I was hauling a bunch of pine branches up here that I'd cut down from a huge white pine tree that he, she, it, or they may or may not have actually thrown at our house back when I was setting up the ultimate contraption. The very day I started setting up the ultimate contraption, this tree was thrown at our house. So anyway, while I was hauling these limbs up, same stuff was going on. Strange knocks, strange, mysterious screams from the forest. So I actually set the camera up right there on that brush pile where we just put all those sticks. And toward the end of that video, like before I came up to get the camera the last time, he, she, it, or they could be heard walking behind the camera like they were trying to figure out what it was, or maybe they were going to take it. I think the name of that video is It Almost Took the Camera. But the point is, sometimes when I'm doing stuff, they'll creep in and get real close. So I'm going up the hill to try to get to the point to where they would have to get to see me from where I just was. There's the pumpkin that we gifted them just yesterday. Still here. So we've got enough firewood and kindling here to last 5 years. Watch up here. If they'd come in this close, they could see where I was. So let's see if we can capture anyone or anything sneaking away. I'm gonna give another tree knock here. You get my 6, I'll get the 12. So while we're watching, I'm going to answer some viewer questions, address some concerns. A couple of different people have asked about different types of wildlife here on our place. Specifically, they've asked about squirrels and turkeys. Somebody, I'm going to change angles a bit. Somebody asked if we had squirrels. They said it looks like the kind of place where there'd be squirrels everywhere. How come they never see them in the videos? Well, there are squirrels everywhere here. And we're starting to see them more frequently because we have 4 huge walnut trees in our yard down by the house, and the walnuts are just now starting to fall. So the squirrels are starting to come into the yard more often to get them. They're actually coming, they're picking them off the trees before they even fall. And there's been times like in October when the ground's covered with these walnuts. We've counted as many as 12 squirrels at one time in our yard. And they don't care that we're out there. I mean, all the wildlife on our place is pretty much like domesticated. And I guess maybe the reason you don't really see them in the videos is because when I mean, if we come out, they don't run away, but if we start to walk towards them, they do. I mean, they are still wild, and they are still smart, and they still have that sense of, knowing they need to avoid danger. Then somebody asked about turkeys. They asked if we ever see turkeys here. On our actual property, one time. It was our first winter here. It was like December, getting dark at like 5 o'clock, and I happened to be at the perfect place to see them. I was in the kitchen. We have a window that looks out, and you actually see up here where I am now from our window. And there were like 5 turkeys just right here, and then they flew up to roost in this giant oak tree that we have here at the edge of the field. And the next morning I actually came up early just to see if I could see them coming down, but they were already gone. And then across the road, the property across the road, one spring, a bunch of hens hatched out a bunch of babies over there, and we'd see them across the road all the time. And then driving around the roads around here, we see them all the time. There's a lot of turkeys around here. I thought I heard a scream very similar to the one that I heard when I was throwing out the sticks. And then someone else mentioned just this morning that they enjoy these videos, they've read some of my books, and that I should make a movie, and that if they would, or if I would, they would buy it. Well, we already have a movie, and you don't need to buy it. It's free. It's actually on our channel. It's called Official Bigfoot Sasquatch, the movie. It's a full-length movie. I think it's 2 hours and 11 minutes. It's been viewed, I don't know, maybe 50,000 people have watched the movie. It's a very good movie. It's the best movie in 2 categories. Number 1, it's the best Bigfoot Sasquatch movie ever, potentially. And then number 2, it's the best full-length featured film ever recorded exclusively on an Apple iPhone 11. Did you see that? So I will actually attach that movie to the end of this video. The boxes pop up. The next suggested videos to watch, I'll put the movie on there. So, if you're home, you're bored, you don't have a lot going on, and you want to see a really good movie. I mean, it's a neat movie. We went to Nepal to hunt down, or seek out the Yeti, and my film crew left me there. I almost didn't complete the movie for them, but then of course they bribed me with a lie, as it turns out. They offered to give me a lifetime supply of free Twinkies if I would finish this C-budget film for them. And I love Twinkies, and so I just couldn't say no, so I finished it. And you know what? There's not a Twinkie in my house right now. So, do you think there'll be a sequel to that movie? Not unless somebody starts bringing me truckloads of Twinkies. All right, well, we may or may not have captured something on this video. I'm going to watch it. You guys watch it, timestamp it, let me know, and see you for more next time from here at the PBS. The potential Bigfoot Sasquatch show.